Welcome to this new video, video number 8 of the Tailwind CSS playlist. In this video, we will learn about a new concept, the grid. In the previous video, we explored Flexbox. Now we will discover the grid system. If you have studied CSS before, it's very similar. The grid system is extremely useful in CSS, and it works somewhat like Flexbox. Another advantage of Tailwind CSS is that it provides classes specifically for the grid system, not just for Flexbox. Now let's explain the grid system. Here we have an example, a parent div containing a child div in blue. As you can see, we duplicate the child div several times so that we have multiple elements. To apply the grid, we add the grid class to the parent div by simply using grid. You can also add a gap, just like in Flexbox. For example, gap 3. To define the columns, there is a class called grid cols. As you know, grid works with both columns and rows, but we will start with columns. For example, if we want 3 columns, we use grid cols-3. As you can see, the content is divided into 3 columns. The row is divided into 3 sections, so each row contains 3 columns. For example, if we have 6 divs, we can place 3 in each row. We can also change it. Grid cols2 divides the row into 2 columns, and grid cols4 divides it into 4 columns. Another great feature is that the grid is responsive. If we resize the screen, the row will always divide according to the number of columns you specify. You can also place 1 element per row or any number you want, such as 5 elements per row. You can adjust it depending on your needs. You can also control the gap just like in Flexbox. For example, you can control the horizontal gap using gap xnada and the vertical gap using gap ymy, as shown here. There is a useful property called col-span, which we will learn now. For example, in the first item, we can set col-span-2. As you can see, when we use col-span-2, the first element spans across 2 columns, meaning it occupies the space of 2 columns instead of 1. This is very useful when you want certain elements to take up more than 1 column in your grid layout. To make this clearer, for example, for the first div, we can give it a green background to help visualize how it spans across the columns. You can control how many columns an element should span. For example, it can span 2 or 3 columns. In this div, we set col-span-4. Since the grid is divided into 4 columns, using col-span-4 makes the element take up the entire row. Similarly, col-span-3 makes it span 3 columns. This works just like the CSS grid column property. You can use this property in Tailwind CSS in the same way. Now let's look at another very useful grid feature. You can set the number of columns as we saw earlier, for example, grid cols-3 or any number you want. You can also use custom CSS for more advanced layouts. For instance, in this example, we set a grid with brackets and then use the repeat function with minmax 150px 1fr. This means each column will have a minimum width of 150px and can grow up to 1 fraction 1fr of the available space, making the grid responsive. Here's how this works. The repeat function creates as many columns as possible to fill the container. For example, autofill automatically fills the available space with columns. Then we have minmax, which defines the minimum and maximum width of each column. For example, each column must have a minimum width of 150px and a maximum width of 1fr so it can expand to use the available space. To better understand this, we can set the min-max value to 50px instead of 150px since the screen is smaller. As you can see, the grid automatically creates as many columns as possible, ensuring that each column has at least 50px of width. Here, the grid divides the container into the maximum number of columns possible while respecting the minimum width. For example, if we decrease the minimum width to 10px, the grid automatically creates even more columns. And that's it! You can also apply custom CSS inside a grid column to further control its behavior and styling. This allows you to combine Tailwind CSS classes with specific CSS rules for more advanced layouts. That's all for this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. That's it. See you next time.